Hey, 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 everyone. I'm Becca, and he's Matt, and this is Becca's Book Club Adventure.
Hello, everybody. It is really good to be back talking books again. Books be like life. I don't know about you.
They're a wonderful escape to augment life.
Life has been really difficult lately. Not anything about politics or what. I mean, politics are a big part of it, but it also just seems like everything changes every 12 hours, and it's so hard to keep up with. And this has been a really good coping mechanism.
I have finally gotten back into my running routine, so that has been a positive of this summer.
Training for anything?
I signed up for a trail half marathon at the end of summer.
Is that just where you live or somewhere else?
Yeah. So it's out here.
Cool. How long are those again? Are they like 10Ks, 8Ks?
It's 13 miles, so it's 21K.
Okay. Silly me.
In the ballpark, because it's a trail race, so they don't fully know how long it is. It is.
You doing that alone? Anybody sign up with you?
I am doing this one alone this time. Want to push myself, see how far I can go.
Does Delilah like running with you yet?
Okay, so I took her on her first run, and the whole time she was running slightly behind me, staring at me like, WTF, what are we doing? Why is this occurring? Can we stop? And then the second time, she's like, I received the message. I am in the pocket. Let's go. So there'll
She's
be
smart
some
then.
more running in her future.
Good.
She is a smart dog.
Does Duxie still like going on runs with you? I know that was a thing once upon a time.
Yes, he does like it. Is he great at it? It's not
Debatable.
that he's not great at it. It's that I really like my knees.
Explain. What is he doing that forces your knees to start sucking?
He wants to go way, way faster, which is so lovely and so great for him. And in it, I get just enough torsion that it puts a lot of strain on one of my knees.
I hear you. Because
it's a full on just trot for him. Like he's walking while I'm running, like just so we're clear.
Elizabeth tells me she thinks Delilah is faster than Duxie.
She is?
That sounded like a question. Is she?
So, when they get the zoomies downstairs, she's definitely the front runner, and he's chasing her.
That's funny. Because Duxie's like half deer or something. He is built.
Woo!
Okay, so you got your running routine back, and I know we've been reading like Crescent City together and stuff. Have you been reading anything on the side?
So I snuck in an audiobook because I was on the road for work quite a bit for a few days in a row. And right before I left the house, I was like, I'll be in the car for 9 hours. Let's go find an audiobook that's roughly 9 hours. And that was my whole criteria for picking out a book. So unsurprisingly, I picked out a pretty interesting one. Oh, the other criteria was it had to be immediately available because I was getting in the car.
You always have like the best book selection process.
Pure chaos all the time. So this book had popped up on, I can't remember if I got it on Libby or Hoopla, probably on Hoopla, but it's called The Ward Witch by Sarah Painter.
Okay. The Ward Witch.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about it. I don't even know what questions to ask, man.
Right? So it's called the Unholy Island series. And so I am going to read to you the descriptor from Sarah Painter's website. Mysterious, magical, and a little bit deadly. Welcome to Unholy Island. Esma Gray runs the guest house and tends to the urethral wards that protect the island. She's sheltering from a terrible past and will do anything to stay safely hidden. Luke Taylor has been searching for his missing twin for months now and has begun to believe that his brother might be dead. With his hopes in tatters, a tip-off leads him to a remote tidal island in the North Sea. It's further out than the famous Holy Island and far stranger. Visitors shouldn't be able to stay for more than 2 nights, so when Luke breaks this rule, the close-knit community is sent into turmoil. The residents of Unholy Island have secrets they intend to keep for themselves. When Luke stumbles across one of the islanders dead on shore, he finds himself under suspicion. made worse by his own troubles washing up on the tide. Esme is drawn to Luke, but she doesn't trust her own instincts. That's not ideal for a witch, especially when there's a killer loose and the storm is rolling in.
This almost sounds like a version of Clue.
So the whole time I'm listening to this book, I'm like, is it a romance? Is it a murder mystery? Is it fantasy or is it contemporary like historical fiction with like a light magic system to it?
Do you want to provide some type of answer to that question?
After I finished reading the book, I don't have the answer except maybe all of those.
Okay. Okay. So there is magic, and the word witch isn't just willy nilly.
Yes, and there's more than just this ward witch that keeps the wards going. Like there seems to be some other additional magical element that we don't really get into a lot this book, but I think we might get into more the next book because of the way the murder happens and some of that part of the story.
Okay. And there's a little bit of romance in there, but it's also a who done it.
Yes,
How long is this book? I
like 7 hours on audio.
I,
So
I know you
probably
I know
less
you
than
described
300.
that. I didn't know if you like had the page count from the website that you were just on.
It doesn't have it on here, but I'd be willing to bet it's less than 300.
Is this like YA teen, or is it definitely for adults?
Oh no, it's like a green pepper level romance.
What's the spice level? No, have we ever agreed on on the pepper count?
We have not, but there's they maybe look at each other from across the bar at one point, so it's definitely a green
Ooh,
pepper.
I love me some bar looks.
This is a little bell pepper. There ain't no spice.
Are you going to be reading book 2?
um Undecided? Kindle edition, 292 pages.
I'm thinking this sounds interesting because I've grown very, very fond of the Kathy Reichs Temperance Brennan books that inspired the TV show Bones, and that's very much who done it with like a forensic anthropology bent, whatever. Um, and I would love to see something like that in a fantasy magic world. So I would be willing to give it a shot. I mean, it sounds super intro and super young, but also that doesn't sound a bad way to spend a day by the pool.
Yes, it would be a good beach read or car read. I mean, I listened to it in the car and I was able to keep track of the characters while driving in a place I hadn't been in a very long time, which was nice because sometimes audiobooks are too complicated and you're like, wait, who is what? I actually don't care anymore.
What did you rate this thing?
I think I rated it as a 3 out of 5.
So you can read it while you're having some seltzers.
Yes.
You're not really paying attention anymore.
If you get interrupted in the middle of a chapter, you don't need to reread much to figure out what's going on.
And this
But
is
it is
called
cute.
The Ward Witch.
The Ward Witch.
The Ward Witch, and it is part of the what did you call the Unholy Lands
Unholy
series?
Island.
Unholy Island. How many books are in the Unholy? Do you maybe you don't know?
I don't know. I think there's several though. Um, so the island part is actually kind of interesting, and I wonder if the second books kind of get into it a little bit more. So you've been on Hilton Head Island where the tides are pretty prominent. So this
Yes.
description for Unholy Island is that it's connected to Holy Island, and when the tides are out, there's a road that connects the two of them, and that road is open for 2 hours, and then the tides come in and it covers the road. And so the reason why visitors only stay for 2 days is A, because of the wards, but then B, because this tide really dictates when visitors come and go.
Okay.
And like this island doesn't like it has its own municipality, but not really like they have to call a cop from the mainland to come over to do this murder investigation.
It sounds really well set up.
Yes. And the magic system in it, because we get a little bit additional like magic system besides the ward, is some of the houses have some magic. And so um, what happens is Luke is kind of the island decides Luke is allowed to stay. And so that's where the controversy comes because not many people are allowed to stay, but the island has picked Luke. So
It was
Luke is
very
able to stay because of that. And then the islanders are like, nuh-uh, man, nuh-uh. We didn't pick him. No. No. So they're like in internal fights of like, well, the island said yes, so I guess he has to stay.
I know we were just talking about Fourth Wing, and that sounds very much like a dragon. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you said. The island said this, and we be on island time.
Yes. Yes.
And I know you just mentioned Hilton Head. I think I'm definitely going to take this book out of the library here in August when Elizabeth and I go down to have a nice week-long double date with your parents.
Yeah.
Which you got cool parents. I can't complain. And by cool, I mean they're really nerdy and they actually are interesting and have things to say. So,
And they want their kids to come on vacation and read books with them.
well, I think I'm definitely going to do that. So thank you for this book recommendation. I'm going to write it down. We're going to put it on the TBR pile and I'll get to it in August.
And then we'll see if you can thoroughly convince me to read the second one.
I might take like the first 3 down with me and just go, I guess I'm reading these now.
There you go.
Well, that's anything else to add?
No, I think it's time to put a bookmark in it.
Awesome. If you listeners have any thoughts on this book, go ahead, leave us a comment, leave us a review. You can email us at bookclubbybecca@gmail.com, or you could even hit us up on Instagram. We are at Becca's Book Club Adventure. And we look forward to hearing whatever you might have to say. So I guess until next time.
Hope you enjoy the book.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.